Mm. Peaceful greetings to you all. So, I am very aware that there are Moorish Americans, there are Moorish Muslims in this paradigm that, for whatever reason, have it in their minds that uh, the Moors aren't supposed to work. We're supposed to just get everything for free, you know. And so I'm going to speak to this. One, because I'm aware that those who say these things, they don't know Islam and they don't know their own literature, right? Okay. So, chapter 12 of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, which is the religious literature for the Moorish Americans, its trust in its state, scripture, teaches us. So there's 25 verses. Jesus teaches the common people, because this is about common law in all honesty, at a spring. So he's giving them the water, the word, if you will. Tells them how to obtain eternal happiness. Okay? It says, oh, I almost read the wrong one. In silent meditation, thought, Jesus sat beside a flowing spring. It was a holy day, so it was Friday, the end of the work week. And many people of the Servant Caste were near the place. These are the working people. And Jesus saw the hard-drawn lines of toil on every brow, in every hand. There was no look of joy in any face. Not one of all the group could think of anything but toil. They're working. And Jesus spoke to one and said, "Why are you all so sad? Have you no happiness in life?" The man replied, "We scarcely know the meaning of that word. We toil to live and hope for nothing else but toil. And bless the day when we can cease our toil and lay down and rest in Buddha's city of the dead." Okay. And Jesus' heart was stirred with pity and with love for these poor toilers. And he said, "Toil should not make a person sad. Let me say that again for the Moors in the back who think that we just ain't supposed to be working, right? Because it makes them feel some kind of way. Toil should not make a person sad. Men should be happiest when they toil. When hope and love are back of the toil. Wait. When hope and love are back of the toil, then all of life is filled with joy and peace. And this is heaven. So when you work and you are compensated for your work, this is heaven. Where we at? Okay. He asks, do you not know that such a heaven is for you? Do you not know that when you work, you're supposed to be rightfully compensated? Right? All these unnecessary federal taxes are not supposed to be taken out, because that's what most people are crying about. Right? Anywho, the man replied, of heaven we have heard, but then it is so far away, and we must live so many lives before we can reach that place. We have to clock in so many hours before we can get that 401k, before we can get that Social Security. Right? And Jesus said, my brother man, your thoughts are wrong. Your heaven is not far away, and it is not a place of metes and bounds. It is not a country to be reached. It is a state of mind. So let me put that up here on the board. Heaven is not a place of metes and bounds. It is a state of mind. So basically, heaven is where you found your happiness in work, right? Okay. It's not a place of metes and bounds. It is a state of mind. Now, as a state citizen, as a secured party, right? Then, what is that? Amendment 4 of the, yes, Amendment 4 of the Bill of Rights. The people have the right to be secure in their persons, right? So, heaven is a state of mind. Now, I know personally that when I work, right, federal taxes are not taken out, and I have other exemptions. I have heaven because I'm my state of mind is that I'm not supposed to be in hell. Anywho, Allah never made heaven for man. Made a heaven for man. He never made a hell. We are creators and we make our own. What did he call us? Creators. And what are we talking about? We're talking about work. All right? We're talking about, this is basically talking about compensation for labor, right? Liberty, right? So as creators, how does that translate into the workforce? As creditors. He says, now cease to seek for heaven in the sky. Just open the windows of your heart, of the hearts, and like a flood of light, a heaven will come and bring a boundless joy. And then, and then, and then toil will be no cruel task. Appreciate the love in the room. Keep it up. That's what's up. Okay. The people were amazed and gathered close to hear this strange young master speak, imploring him to tell them more about the Father God, which is the creditor in oneself, the creator in oneself, about the heaven that man can make on earth, and about the boundless joy. He said right? He says, and Jesus spoke a parable. So here we go for those of you who are able to find the esoteric or to draw out the inner meaning, right? He spoke a parable and said, a certain man possessed a field. The soil was hard and poor, but constant toil, he could scarcely provide enough of food to keep his family from want. Now, aren't we going through this right now? Well, not me, but are most of you going through this? It's like, damn, man, I'm working all of these jobs, I'm working all of these hours, and I still I'm living hand to mouth, check to check. Getting federal taxes, taking out these taxes, that taxes, acting stateless, right? He said one day a miner, so that's someone who digs in and draws out, who could see beneath the soil in passing on his way, saw this poor man and his unfruitful field. So someone who already understood his capacity as one who's perfected, completed, secured, private, right? He's seen this man out here working who wasn't secured, right? And it's like, oh man, that man's doing bad, right? So he called the weary toiler and said, my brother, know you not that just below the surface of your barren field, rich treasures lie concealed from you? Thank you. Appreciate you. He says, you plow and sow and reap in a scanty way. So you out here working and they're taking all your money out, all your benefit. You're not even getting what you're worth, right? And day by day, you tread upon a mine of gold and precious stones. So all you have to do is change your condition in commerce. This wealth lies not upon the surface of the ground. It's not in the public. But if you will dig away the rocky soil and delve down deep into the earth, you need no longer till the soil for naught. Meaning you won't have to do it and not be benefited. When you do it, you will be benefited, right? So he just told you it's not in the public that you really want to be, working to that degree for yourself. But if you go private working for yourself, all of the gold will be found. All of the treasures, all of the exemptions, all of the inherent and constitutionally secured rights will be exercised. The man believed. He said he believed. So he made it a part of his mind. I believe that I can be the way this man is telling me. And belief is the first step. He said, the man believed. The miner surely knows, and I will find the treasures hidden in my field. I will find the compensation hidden in my time and labor that has been withheld from me. And then he dug away the rocky soil, and deep down in the earth, he found a mine of gold. So when he went private, or when he, not even private, but when he worked in a secured manner, and he got to the bottom of it, the nitty gritty of it, he reaped a great harvest. Absolutely. And Jesus said, the sons of men are toiling hard on desert plains and burning sands and rocky soils, are doing what their fathers did, not dreaming that they can do aught else. So what's he saying? He's saying that people have been programmed and are only doing things that was told to them. They're doing it through tradition. They're not even questioning it, right? They didn't even know that they could work and be fully compensated. Behold, a master comes. Okay? Master is equal to the secured party in commerce. He says, a master comes. Where are we at? Behold, a master comes and tells them of a hidden wealth. That underneath the rocky soil of carnal things are treasures that no man can count. Treasures that no man can count. Beneath all of the worldly expressions in life. Where was we at so I can find that out? Right. There are treasures that no man can count. Unlimited credit. Right? The unlimited right to contract. Beneath the soil, you'll find out that you have the unlimited right to contract and to reap benefit. Okay? He says that in the heart, told on itself again. Let me get this, pardon me. Listen to me, people. This is Jesus talking, right? All right. He says that in the hearts, the richest gems abound, that he who wills may open the door and find them all. And then the people said, Make known to us the way that we may find the wealth that lies within the heart. And Jesus opened up the way. The toilers saw another side of life because they were over here in the public. They were over here as stateless. They were over here as debtors. They could not see the benefits of their labor. But it says, and Jesus opened up the way, and the toiler saw another side of life, and toil became a joy. So they became private, secured, because you're secured. To be secured means that you're with the state. And they became creditors. For all you Moors out there talking about, oh, we ain't supposed to work, they just supposed to, what? What are you talking about? What? Where? Where? We're learning how to be creditors. Creditors work. They work. But they work for their own benefit. They work and they help individuals. Right? And there is reciprocity. You know, they work, they help, and they get help. Right? So again, for all of these Moors out here who think that they're just supposed to, you know, walk up in the store, you know, the grocery store, and, you know, they're not supposed to put anything towards it. They're just supposed to get it for the free. That's not what the lessons teach us, man. The lessons teach us that there is a way to toil and be happy and feel complete when you work. There's just a bunch of nonsense with a lot of these Moors out here who refuse to work. They refuse to work within the corporate diaspora. But here we have a whole story of Jesus teaching these, you know, telling these people about corporate work. They working in the fields. They mining. They're working in the fields, yo. So again, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's Taj Tariq Bey and them and the information in the CM Bay. I can't even say CM Bay because CM Bay told the Moors to work too, even though the way that they were to go about it was disingenuous. But he still told them to go and work. Again, I don't get why there are people out there who are lazy like that and who believe that they're supposed to be taken care of. like dependents. You've got people out here acting like dependents. They don't want to go to work. They don't want to be a part of the corporate nature of things. This is Jesus. This is you. You are Jesus. You are the justice. You are the creditor. You are the creator of your own work. That's what that whole story was just teaching us. All right? Where's my, okay. Yeah. All right, so some of you may or may not have heard from me on a very consistent basis. The stance on religion that I take. Trying to sneeze. So in this Circle 7 Quran, which is the trust in the state doctrine for Moorish Americans, right? There is a chapter telling you about religion. It's telling you about religion. Let's go over that, right? There is but one Allah, the author, the creator, the governor, president, the governor of the world, almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible. Now, mind you, this is talking to your higher self, your creative nature, not your physical, temporal nature. The sun is not Allah, though nature. The sun is not Allah, though his noblest image. He enlightens the world with brightness. With his brightness, he warms. His warmth gives life to the products of the earth. Admire him as the creature, the instrument of Allah, but do not worship him. To the one who is supreme, most wise and beneficent, and to him alone belong worship, adoration, thanksgiving, and praise. Now, mind you, again, we're talking about the creditor in yourself, right? Because there is nothing out. There is no heaven outside of you. You create. Allah did not create a heaven. We just read that. Allah did not create a heaven or hell. You create. You create. So understand what we're talking about here, right? Who has stretched forth the heavens with his hands. We just learned that we create our own heaven. So we're definitely talking about our own consciousness here, right? Who has stretched forth the heavens with his hands. Who has described with his finger the courses of the stars, who sets bounds to the ocean that it cannot pass, and says unto the stormy weathers, be still, who shakes the earth and the nations tremble. I thought somebody said something. Who dares his lightnings, and the wicked are dismayed. Who calls forth worlds by the words of his mouth. That's you. Who smiles with his arm, who smites with his arm, and they sink into nothing. Oh, reverence the majesty of the omnipotent, and tempt not his anger, lest thou be destroyed. The providence of Allah is ever all his works. He rules and directs with infinite wisdom. Let me stop right here real quick. Why are we talking about Allah as a masculine? Where are we at? As a masculine, right? The masculine aspect, we deal with paternity. Yes. The father is that creates the trust. The father. So the masculine, this is the attribute that creates trusts in estates. And the feminine or the mother brings these estates to term. And the union that you have is the child. So when we're speaking about Allah, if you will, in the masculine, we're talking about the corresponding principle of the creation of the driving force moving forward. That's where the mother is the receptive force, okay? Because we're here to take the boogie woogie away, right? We ain't here to be caught up in no superstition for any reason, okay? Just desire to put that out there for you all, okay? He has instituted laws for the government of the world. He has wonderfully varied them in all beings, and each, by his nature, conforms to Allah's will. In the depth of his mind, he revolves all knowledge. The secrets of futurity lie open before him. Let me do it like the one brother. In the depths of his mind. Nah, I ain't gonna do all that. I ain't gonna do all that. The thoughts of thy heart are naked to his view. He knows thy determination before they're even made. With respect to his presence, there is nothing contingent. With respect to his providence, there is nothing accidental. Wonderful is he in all his ways. His counsels are inscrutable. The manner of his knowledge transcends thy conception. Pay therefore to his wisdom all honor and veneration. Raise your consciousness. And bow down thyself in humble and submissive obedience to his supreme discretion. So you make your lower self do the will. You make your physical, temporal body the servant. And we're going to get into that next. The servant of the mastermind. You submit your stateless person. In exchange, you become the person who stands upright. Right? Anywho. The Father is gracious and beneficent. He has created the world in mercy and love. His creatures of his hand declare his goodness, and their enjoyments speak of his praise. He clothed them with beauty. He supports them with food. He preserves them with the pleasure from generation to generation. If we lift up our eyes to the heavens, now we know that there's no heaven outside, so we're lifting our eyes up to the heaven. Okay, hold on. Greetings, good morning.
Islam.
Islam. You gonna say something?
I said Islam.
No, okay, I thought you were gonna say something else. There's water. You filled up the water, okay? All right,
And Mississippi.
See, that's what it what?
Mississippi.
Say that one more time.
And Mississippi.
Well, you can come in if you wish and listen to what's going on. I'm reading from it. Give me a minute, I'll bring it to you, okay? All right, baby. Where are we at here? Okay. If we lift up our eyes to the heavens, his glory shines forth. If we cast them down on the earth, it is full of his goodness. The hills and the valleys rejoice and sing. Fields, rivers, and wood resound his praise. But thee he has distinguished with peculiar favor, and exalted thy station above all other creatures. But thee, he has imbued thee with reason, this is the logos, logic, to maintain thy dominion, the estates. He has fitted thee with language, because it's got to be about an express trust, to improve thy society, and exalted thy mind with the powers of meditation, to contemplate and adore his inimitable perfections. In the laws he has ordained as the rule of life, so kindly has he united thy duty to thy nature that obedience to his precepts is happiness to yourself. Oh, praise his goodness with songs of thanksgiving and meditate. Meditate, not, oh, Allahu Akbar. We're not doing that form of yoga meditation. All right, where we at? Oh, praise his goodness with songs of thanksgiving and meditate in the silence on the wonders. Okay, yeah. Of his love. Let thy heart overflow with gratitude and acknowledgement. Let the language of thy lips speak praise and adoration. Let the actions of thy life show thy love to his law. Allah is just, so there's justice right there, and that's yourself, and righteousness, right side of the ledger, he's your creditor, and will judge the earth with equity, with equity. Let me show you, with equity and truth. All right, took it off the board. Has he established his laws in goodness and mercy, and shall he not punish the transgressors thereof? Absolutely. Oh, think not, bold men, because thy punishment is delayed, that the arm of Allah is somehow weakened. Neither flatter thyself with hopes that he winks at thy doings. His eye pierces the secrets of every heart, and he remembers them forever. He respects not the persons or the stations of men. So the truth ain't got no picks. I'm not just going to be all right with you because you look like this and not be all right with you because you look like that. Nah. If you right, you right. And if you wrong, we wrong. And justice will take its course. The high and the low, the rich and the poor, the wise and the ignorant. When the soul has shaken off the cumbrous shackles of this mortal life, shall equality receive from the sentence of just and everlasting retribution according to their works. Then shall the wicked tremble and be afraid, but the heart of the righteous shall rejoice in his judgments. Have no fear. Do equity, get equity, right? O fear Allah, therefore, all the days of thy life, and walk in the paths which he has opened before thee. Let prudence admonish thee, let temperance restrain, let justice guide thy hand. Benevolence warm thy heart, and gratitude to heaven inspire thee with devotion. These shall give the happiness in thy present state. These shall give thee happiness in thy present state, and bring thee to the mansions of eternal felicity in the paradise of Allah. And then I'm going to write up the last passage. This is the economy of human life. So we found out about economy in the chapter called Religion. You have religious freedoms that specifically pertain to your commercial status. Specifically. Your religion sets your commercial status. And just by that reading, we can tell, for those of you who are aware of banking and accounting and in the courts, if you will, we're able to deduce from that 30 verse 30. Yeah, we'll say 30 verses, right? That's economy. It's talking about economy. It's talking about every branch of human inquiry. Religion sets the stage for your commercial status. White means creditor and black means debtor. The religion of Islam and its doctrine, the Islamism teaches about white creditorship. White means creditor. And Roman Catholicism teaches everyone that they were born in sin, darkness, right? And that's why there's a black status. So again, for these Moorish Americans out there who, for whatever reason, feel like they shouldn't have to go to work, I don't know what makes you think that. For these Moorish Americans who feel as though we shouldn't be a part of the corporate world, I don't know why you would say such a thing. Because Drew Ali was teaching us about the corporate ways. And Jesus was also teaching us how to act as corporate individuals, okay? All right. I hope you all have benefited from this information. I'm going to go ahead and close out. If you have any questions, comments, come on up. If not, I'll close on out. And again, thank you all. Got 689 likes. I mean, I ain't concerned with all of that. This goes to YouTube anyway. All right. If no one else will come to the panel, I thank you all for coming. I appreciate you all for listening. I hope this has been a benefit for yourself. Peace and love. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Absolutely. Islam.